Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic, People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture. 267. That's just such a number. You know, it struck me here after last time that, yes, besides everything regarding the capital went black, well, how much else went with it? Unfortunately, it is not nighttime, but it will become nighttime. But until then, we can use the overlay tools instead. Things are smoking here, so I think that they're good, actually, voltage-wise. Yes, it's all fine. Here in Järn, for example, pardon me, yes, it was indeed working quite well. I think the redundant high voltage supply. However, farming island is offline, as that is to be expected under the circumstances. Yes, but the Järn is fine actually, and that will probably work for quite some time. You may have to think about such things as no food they have. It's meat they won't have, but we have 400 tons of it on a boat and in the freezer, maybe. Yes, we do. Somewhere. Here it is. Yes. Anyway then. So here it's all good. Always show this overlay and get over to... This doesn't work when you do like, no, when you turn that off, no, but when you do this, it might still work, but you need to do debugging mode. That may also contribute to crashing. Yes, very supportive. It's not supportive behavior, even this. You're not supposed to use these features. Unless you're willing to take certain risks, I suppose. Yes, here it is not very good, but I knew that. What's interesting? Do you want to confirm that our towns are actually working first? Maybe, but I'm pretty sure they are fine. And Svenman will definitely be fine since they actually work at the power plant. But I think that even here, most of it, yes, it is all fine. I'm just looking around the corner too, where it proclaims that yes, it is all fine. Yes, it's all fine. What we're seeing at 0 voltage, like so, is the cables for the cableway. We have poles that for some reason has a voltmeter, but obviously do not require power. Here, actually, the airplane traffic is still working. Yes, it will run out of fuel eventually, but at that time we could buy fuel if we need to, I suppose. Yes, Petroleum Prefecture. I could say up until very recently that we were at least still exporting the petroleum, but now we're not anymore, as we are now without electricity in the former capital. It will rise again. It is still the capital, goddammit, but yes, in what remains of it as of right now. But everything is standing nicely. It just needs a little bit of catching up maintenance-wise when we get back, or when we going for a settlement. Everything here is fine, which is great, but that's to be expected. For the farms, how are they doing? Thing is though that these, even though the farms here are fine, they are, centralized with infrastructure that resides in Utopia. No, but it's dependent upon the power grid in Utopia at the very least, and maybe other things as well. Yes, but most of the farms are working. That is due to my very clever backfeeding here of this power line. Yes, this goes from the second power plant to this old circuit, which is, I think, goes through all the farming, more or less. And somehow through this system of these here switches, it makes its way via an underground connection. I think you can actually see the underground connection. There it is. Via there. It eventually makes it. But now it is without power supply up there anyway. Yes, but there is no... I don't think there's a cow on the ice for the most  time being. People are not starving yet, and so on. but the shipping and the food logistics will not work, and the radio station is not finished. So, however, turn off the anti-debugging mode just in case. You never know, especially in a time like this, the stuff are not as the game engine is used to. Yeah, you're missing concrete, and you're not going to get it unless we throw people to their demise. Unfortunately, we couldn't take like prisoners out and move them in there. Prisoners are doing great, I think. Yes, they're happy and yes, prisoners. They're great. We could have, if we could take all of them, not all of them, but the ones who have been rehabilitated, and resettle the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture proper, for example, or Utopia maybe, around the power plant and a few key basic features. That would be great. If you wanted to actually do that without people not just instantly dying, not definitely sending them into their deaths, yeah? And if you actually thought about it, tried doing it, doing just what you need. But I remember also that there being issues with having people living in just one building. So that's why I'm going to try and attempt to use 2 buildings for this, and just make sure that they have their very most basic needs satisfied. So you work at the following places. I mean, we need to name these houses. I can find them and know them and so on. Rename button is there, you see. They're working with nuclear power, and they have to survive and they have to fight. I mean, they're simply the nuclear heroes or something. How you'd atom? I don't know how you'd nuclear hero. Yes, nuclear heroes, indeed. There you go. You still have a bit of stuff to do with this though, and that's the first one, and this is the other one. Ihärdiga övervintrande. Yes, the ihärdiga övervintrarnas hus. The people who are hardly surviving the winter hardly, yes, through hardship and dedication. Surviving the winter. Anyway, I'm not able to set where citizens are supposed to go because there's no one living here, you see. Right then. Need educated people. I'm going to have to pause. That's what that means. Wait, prison mountain. I mean, orphanages. They were mostly, all the orphans, they were basically thought they were due to people living in the polluted Petroleum Prefecture. Yeah, they might also be sons and daughters of criminals. It's not completely unlikely. Yes, but we're going to need a few people. No one is without a job. No one is. We have zero. What you call it? Calling at unemployment. There, and I think that we have like zero unemployment. There's a tool for this too. You can use. It's pretty clever, actually, if you use it. Distance living preferences and the goddamn music machine. Always you or go out of your way to bother or to crash. Would you please behave? Pardon the interruption here. That doesn't need to be an interruption if you just handle it a bit. But now it's bouncing in for a lot longer and such than used. What is this? Yeah, the single reactor nuclear power plant in Utopia has indeed stopped production. I know, on the 12th of December of 2086, but I think it stopped way before this. Worker was unemployed. Yeah, there are actually a few. Are we that good at television then? We don't have maximum staffing. Here there are like a lot. 156. That job. Whilst there are places available at the television station. That makes all the sense. Obviously, but how good is it? It's pretty damn good. It's what it is, 96.4%. And out of a total population of, you also need to know to have any use, the hardly survivors and so on. I forget, what the hell was it about again? Something, unemployment, something. With something. Yes, anyway, the hardly survivors, they are important. Yes, but here is the unemployment, and where else? Here there is no unemployment whatsoever. None. Okay, it's interesting considering the very intricate system we have for workers to actually get to work. Yeah. Oh, the tourism industry is actually doing great. Yes. Just wait until the stuff really, takes a while for certain bricks to fall. And this will take quite a while to fall. 7,000 tons. But nuclear fuel, we only make up there. And see for how long do we have a supply? Just so we get an idea. But for the moment, it's almost full. It's not quite full, but it is almost full. We have one. We have used up. It was almost full. Now we're starting to use up a bit. Okay, we don't have for an eternity, but we ought to have for quite a while. I mean, it's 3 tons in the reactor now, and totally around here we have nuclear fuel, 14 tons. It's for a while. Can I tell you? We wanted to get the hardly survivors, and here there is also unemployment actually. Yes, and also this, I think that this is using workers needlessly. No, still not full on electronics. I think at this point you can store export chemicals. Something is in balance, not in balance. You can store export to plastics. You're missing mechanical. Aha. Yes, we sort of make those in Utopia, by Utopia, not in Utopia, but by Utopia. We make those. So that would be that then for the electronics making. Yes, we just have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of workers waiting around here, not doing anything. Many of these buses, it would be a shame to throw them all away. But there won't be any mechanical components for quite some time, I'm afraid. Oh. I have too many of these anyway. 23 vehicles. Sell all vehicles on the line. Definitely a good idea. What could go wrong? I will have an enormous amount of worklessness here. I mean, you could build a concrete plant yes, but we need the power. We need the case. That's just how it is. These buildings are actually full. That's get that. Is all of this town? No, not this part of town. It's not full by any means. Yes, we need to move some people in. Which buildings was it again? Maybe I shouldn't just take the ones closest to the power plant, but no, it doesn't matter. They can all walk to everything that they need to. Yes, which will be like the shop and the power plant. There and there. And now we can set places for these people to work. You work at power plant, you work at shopping. Maybe also work at a kindergarten, and that will be about it. I'm afraid. Maybe also work at the kindergarten, but you actually they don't have children. Maybe could be. But just in case. See how long this works, if this works. And same thing for the other building. Those 3 buildings, yes, those 3 buildings. Those. We'll see what they complain about. Oh, we got an autosave just in time before actually starting to move people in. Very good. And you're still on pause, you know. Do we need to fill them up? How would you have prepared, like, to bring thousands of people here? Might need like a couple of hundred. Maybe. Let's see here now how many people we get showing up. At the nuclear reactor, single reactor nuclear power plant. And if we could get rid of all the trains that are on the railroad. But you are going to be a little bit of an issue because you're stuck in a refueling thing. Even though you don't. But you won't be. If we have fuel, which we do, then it'll be fine just as soon as power's back, and power is back. On. Okay. Yeah, that ought to be enough workers. Remember, these are not criminal or have extremely poor, productivity, but they now have a lot worse productivity than they had before they were moved in here. But that's maybe okay. 51% happiness. I mean, come on. Yet the temperature in the building is too low too. So we need to fix that too. We need to fix heating. And we would also like to have concrete. If you wouldn't mind. The heating plant is here. Yes, and now that they have electricity, it might work. And so if send people to work at this bus stop, for example. Or you might not even want to do that if you take a building that is close enough to walk directly. And again, we need just a few workers to get started. The most basic of. And again, we do 2 buildings. This one just doesn't work. Should maybe name these houses here too? No, don't move. It don't have any. You did. Yeah, the bus stop is where you go to work. 99%, no, 100%. Okay. And wait. They need like a kindergarten and there's a kindergarten and a shop. Shop is there. Yes. They're going to be quite bored. I hope they have a television, and because they also have a radio, they don't have a lot to listen to. Still, they listen to the static, but relocate, that's what you want to do, into these, whichever they were, here. Yes. And again, not maybe too many, but a few. Nevertheless, something like that maybe, or to get them going. See if this starts going anytime soon. 230 volts you have at least now. You have power. And is this your bitumen tank? Yes, it is 1,500 tons. I think that lasts us a few winters or something. So that ought to be good. And also concrete you want. Yes, and here we have a bus stop that is sort of already doing this, asphalt and concrete. Yes, say that you also do. Is that the kindergarten? No, this is the kindergarten around here. Yes. And a shop. There it is. These, for example, these 2 houses I believe already does this, although they don't have any people living in them. But if they would have, let's try and keep this round. I don't know if we can survive on like a skeleton crew or something here. That's what we're trying. Anyway. Yeah, they have babies, so they're needed. The kindergartens. Okay. And an autosave. Just as all of that was done very good. Shall we let it rip and see what happens? This is not that interesting then. Thank you all so much. I will see how you fare. The single reactor nuclear power plant is doing great. People working here are maybe not doing great. They are rather cold, unfortunately. Still, why the heating plants? Haven't you gotten around here? One person. One? Only one person has gotten to work. What's wrong with you people? Get on with it. Unspecified. Citizen go where they think best. No, I don't think so. You go here. Vitamin heating. Where the hell did you go? You went to sit at the university. Did you? and all sorts of places. Nah, that's not quite what you're going to do. You're going to control a valve and that burns the thing here. Here you go. Very good. Internal temperature of building. Look at this now. Define overlay tool in time. Interior. As now, if we could get rid of all the windows but still have that displayed, it would make for an effective demonstration of what is going on. We just have to think how to minimize them here. Yeah, citizens' health is too low. It's because it's very, very cold. But it's sort of catch-22. And maybe we'll have to be a bit cross about it and actually just move a bit more people in once these have gotten a bit too sad and grumpy. And some have fallen ill. Problem with this that fall ill is that an ambulance will actually come and pick them up and drive them to a hospital, even though there isn't anyone. It used to be that way. Maybe it's changed the behavior. You need transport. Oh, I hear sirens going off. Yes, and then obviously they will die in the hospital. But maybe we should add the hospital of things to do for a community like this, especially if they arrive in. It's very cold, but it's starting to heat up. But it takes a while. Electricity problems already. Is that it? Was that all we got out of you? 5 workers, 5 engineers. Isn't this enough? I didn't. No, it is not enough. Okay, we need a few more workers then. Did I not take more into this one? 12% happiness. Yeah, they didn't like that where the cold, when it was a little bit cold. So we'll just fill up a little bit more with the people here. To make sure that we can keep the lights on. Maybe also to try and man the hospital something you could try. But not too many of you, just like you see people children are ending up at the hospital, for example. I mean, you should be at an orphanage almost. If they could temporarily be there until this is done. Maybe. Yes, now many patients are waiting for their treatment. Yes, it is what it is. Not going to get 5% happiness you have. Yeah, I suppose you were among the first. Yes. Visit doctor. You're not in urgent need. But you're grumpy though. Very grumpy. How sad. 5% sad. I didn't get to see the doctor. It's tough. Oh, there are lots of people, a bit too many people waiting for treatment maybe. Why we should be getting more workers, shouldn't we? There are an extreme amount at the shopping center for some reason. You know, no, we need like 5 people in here. Okay, that might be something that we should look into in other places too, and now we close down them instead of minimizing them. Yes, but it was not that one. It was these two, so that's okay. In this case, yes, it was okay. It's good. The water is still working. Because it is right. Oh, it won't forever. Oh. It won't go forever, but it will go for last us a while. Then it's also need to get workers here too. Yes, if they could... if we could get workers to also work, just a few, who could also walk to say, the same kindergarten, and the same, you can go to the same kindergarten, the same shop, yes, and the same nothing else, same kindergarten shop and hospital. You can, right? Yes, you can. Then it might do work. Yeah, this is really is trying to survive on a very much a skeleton crew here. Which one is this? I don't know. Ugh! I lost my source of workers. Yes, try again. It's okay. 320 workers without job. Yes, but this we risk getting very uneducated people. Very much uneducated people. And here we get only educated people almost. No. Yes. Oh. Strictly educated people. Okay. It does not hurt. I see. It is in Utopia. You're still around. You're 15% happy now. Yes. Very unhappy. You still want to visit the doctor. But you do get your food, right? Yes, you don't get your meat, but you do get your food. Yes, happiness is actually going on. Yes, we need to get a few more workers into that building, so we can get water too. What else is then? You see, they have concrete now. Concrete's working. You said you might want to add a hospital for them too. That goes for the other ones too then. Yeah, yes, it does. But where are those? Here's one. This is pretty confusing, I think. Yeah, but this is the wrong. This is where they come from. And you have a steel water tower here for some reason. It's like here, one of these. Yes, this one, for example. Where is this? Yeah, this is concrete. Concrete doers. You do the hospital too. Where is that? That is a good. It's just behind you. In fact, maybe we set the bus stop to be the place for them. I don't know. They have a little bit of crime in them. Unfortunately, 5%. It's nothing compared to what we had here before, but it is not nothing. It's not naught. Yes, hospital. We want them to go to too. Thank you. Both as in to work. Happiness isn't that great here neither. You can't get culture. You can't do all sorts of things. Many of you have a radio though, so if and when we get the radio station finished, thanks to you actually, because you're making the concrete for it. Back in your hometown, even. They ought to be able to grasp. We don't want everyone working in here, neither. And the same thing for, although we apparently needed quite a few, at least as a start. Yes, there is so much to micromanage if you really want to survive. This is too many workers in here. That is quite enough. Well, if they get really bad, they already have like terrible productivity. All of them here. That's very unfortunate. Yes, but they can store export asphalt. That is great. They can store export concrete. That means it's working. Yes. To have it working longer term, we're also going to need water. We're talking about. Yeah. Yes. This one, for example. And you don't want them running away. So anywhere where they shouldn't be. But it's too distant. Yeah, it's pretty far out from town here, you know. It's the one of the first ones. Okay. Yeah, these, but they must be able to go to the hospital because they live this building. Take this one instead. Yeah, you take such a happiness hit from being moved around. So, yeah, 36% you're down to just for being moved here. And 50% in general. 30 people will have. And you only work at... No, I checked before moving you in. I did. I did not apparently, but it should be... Why? What is this about? It doesn't have a connection here for some reason. Maybe if we get it... Wonder what's this about? Never needed to think about such things, maybe. Yeah, that was enough. Very good. Yes, we have workers. We have water is filling up again. So you don't need to be doing this all the time strictly. So the water treatment plant would be a very good place to have as a little bit of an extra workplace for them. But then that's not going to work. Can't set it up like that because they're too far away. Yeah. Okay. This is very damn loud here. Now the trains are rolling again. Great. And they have fuel and power here. But it is very much not a very living place. We shall see for how long, I suppose. Hopefully this won't be sustainable, but we at least give them a fighting chance by actually having at least shopping center and such things working. And a hospital. I mean, hello, what do you have to complain about? Did we do the hospital for everyone? No, actually you didn't. Not for maybe these people who do the heating. They are responsible, that's the asphalt plant. A small shopping center is something here. Maybe. Oh, that is also the wrong place. Then it is like here or something. Yes, here it is. Hospital. Where do you go for hospital? I think that it would help to put this on. Hospital. Yes, but which one do you go to? Because they both look pretty damn far away, if you ask me. And which one? And it was that one I sent it to, but it won't work for that. But we could maybe throw them via the bus stop. See if we accept passengers waiting here. If they could get down to there, then they might be able to. I don't even think I have to do anything else than just say that passengers can wait here. And most of you, what is it that you want to do? You want to culture, for example. But you have a radio. Yeah, but the radio station isn't finished. Yeah, but they still listen to the old one. No. No, there's a television. The radio still has 900 listeners, unfortunately. With a rating of 0% and no actors or staff. But it won't be a problem. It's wasting people's time, I think. But as soon as we get enough concrete down to here, or steel, you're out of steel, you say? Yes, but we don't have to be dependent strictly on the steel from up there for building down here. Not directly anyway. You could get it from other places just for a while. It wouldn't happen. There are many windows open here now. Yes, we're trying to survive winter. And the rest of it too. It's not just winter that has to be survived. See. Yes, but I was thinking if there was a distribution office that could help doing what? And this technical services isn't yes, steel is it that we're trying to get to from the from these construction offices. Hello. Sources without steel. Yes. Yes, if you go the correct way, I'm almost going the correct way. Over here there might well be a bit of steel. Yes. On the boat, none. Unfortunately, it is only what we have lying on. 228 tons. 28 tons. Okay. Going to have to spend that carefully. But yes, where did the construction officers go? Here they are. Steel. Get that there, please. And the other one too. The other one too, and that is where it is. There are too many things here now. Greed. And you should maybe end this or just have this go on until you die here. Not die, but like fall over. You could have one of those. 7 hours or something. Yes, great idea. If you could just try and focus on what it is that you need to do here right now. Yes, and let's change the source of for steel to this place. If all technical services and so on are working, there might even be other places, but this is the closest one for now. And I was hoping that we'd be having a little bit more of the steel on the ship. There, but on all map, how much steel do we have? 10,500 tons. 2,000 of it is on this boat. It's not. You could have a lot more on the ships in a situation like this. But it's going to last us. Yes, it's just going to be a little bit tricky maybe to move around all the stuff. And how do you expect this to work eventually one day? Well, the thing is, if we keep that place like electricity power on and heat for the people then and be able to make cement or concrete or yes, that is what we need to further our attempts at becoming better people and even more going in a way that is going to or is in a way a Marxist utopia here, communist utopia. Yes. But you are rambling now to something quite, what is the, you're getting crops for the food factories I would suppose and the brewery. The brewery seems to be doing quite a whole lot. As it might just have finished filling up its stuff. I don't know. I think it has quite a lot of work to do. You're unloading here. 35 tons they take. There. Well, yes. You probably have to do work to do. Indeed. But for how long will these people? I don't think that this is sustainable. But you look at you're happier than you were. I'm 35% happy. What are your problems, if you have any? Meat, sport. I mean that shouldn't be of too bad a consequence. Long term, health isn't super good, but you're not getting worse. I don't think. Here, how are people doing in this? No one lives here, you say? Yes, they do. 48% happy. I mean, they're much better off than they were before everyone left or died or whatever happened. Warm and cozy. Yes, and keeping the power on. 3 reported crimes were not patrolled. Yes, we should maybe put the clamps on this just as soon, if we can. They for some reason have cases here. Yeah, I don't even know if those are, you know, for the moment, or if they are historical ones. But no, wrong building. Where is it? The surviving, the hardly surviving here. No, it's these ones. You are police officers too. Try and nip this in the bud, if possible. The limitation is pretty high, so I suppose it's been around for quite a while, this case. 1 police officer has made it here. Do we need to set the other building too? Yes. Whichever it is here. Preferably the same one. This one. One staff and 6 police officers. But nothing's happening. There's probably a low chance to investigate this case. Yes, but if we would get some more people in here, it wouldn't be too low chance. Do we need more workers? Is that it? I have 12 in the power plant. Yes, are they? They're not too bad off. I don't think. What are their problems? They can't go to a pub. 99 citizens were unable to go to a pub. Yes, is that really necessary? They can't do sports. Is that really necessary? You need 1 or 2 of these, even on easy, to keep them reasonably happy. Therefore, also somewhat productive. But yes, I think we're going to have to throw out. There are a few. There's missing staff now for some reason. Come on, people. Maybe we need more workers. Electricity problems. Oh. No, that's not here. What the hell is going on? On Prison Mountain? Is there like a... Or is your... No, we have like a lot of people in here. More electricity problems. What's this about? That's not power from here. This is doing great. What is this then? This takes its power from here, and this should be just fine. It is just fine. What are you complaining about? This is not something that you need to be telling me. Here. You're coming great with the investigations, I see. Yes, fantastic. Still not that one, but this one is the other one. If you want to send, now you know we are already sending both buildings. No, not this one. You're not sending to the police station. They have something more here. Kindergarten. Yes, that's there too. But the hospital. Okay, right. The hospital. We're only sending one building to. Or yes. I don't know about this. It might work. Is the radio station, is that coming along? It's so great that we have to do this in winter time, of all times. I think it is coming along. Out of steel again. Did we use up? How much did we have? You said 193 tons it requires in total. They're out. Okay. Right. You maybe even had other things to do. No, that's the only thing you were doing. Okay. We need steel. Here, do we have some steel? On a boat. Total amount of steel. This is still working. Yes, this thing is still working. Lake freighter here in as this is for the mountain folk. They have another one, and they have 1,175 tons on that one, and 200 and something tons this one. If you look at the other one, this also has electrical components. We don't need those down here, so we better leave it. And boards, but this one has boards too, just in case. But I don't. Yeah, we might need boards. Come think of it. Still, this we sent down to coal here. Coal, it's like this one. No, not this one, but the one that's connected to open storage. Here we go. Right, new stop. Oh. Ship is too long. God damn it! It's one of these ships and one of those harbors. It's not going to work then. I wonder if you are supposed to carry the steel or you're not. No. Who the hell is supposed to carry the steel down here? Does anyone do that? No. No. No one's supposed to get the steel down here. Yes, you are supposed to get the steel down here. Why aren't you doing that then? You're empty. Yes, and where you're usually low, there is actually 400 tons available still. Yes, but it might be a bit stupid to take it. If we need to or want to build something up in Utopia, could be good to have. Yes, but they can't get it out of there. We could get it out of there if we really needed to, I think. Yes, there's so many things you have to think about here now. This survival thing. Yeah, but winter is over. That's something. Yes, we still need to get steel down here if we want a radio station online, and that's what we're trying to accomplish after all. Which is just turning out to be a little bit cumbersome, slightly. What's this boat? This is a boat that fits down here. Where are you? Electrocomplex 3. Excellent. You're not needed over there, and you're out sailing. Yes, you can come here. See, it would be great. Tegelsten. There, you wait until you're unloaded. You have 900 tons of mechanical components on board too. Just in case we would need it. This is excellent, this source. I think it is pretty quick too. You just need to move one of these out of the way. Which one is the most useless? For the, you only have 49 tons of prefab panels on board. There, so you're pretty useless for us for the moment. It's a bit harsh. It's a ship that's been doing good work. Yes, I know, but for the moment, I said, there, can I go and have a rest? %56 happiness. I mean, that ought to be enough to make it on easy. Lots of people can't go to pub or tavern. We could look into getting a pub or tavern opened, but it's impossible to do it for the entire city. Isn't it though? This is where it is. But the many can walk, yes, here. But it's only these two buildings here, you know. Then it's all the other places, and then there's all the other places too. That you need a pub. Maybe if they're drunk as hell, they'll be a bit more happy. Yes, than operating the nuclear power plant and being their own police officers. Yes, this is going to be great. Oh dear. Sure. This is hopeless. We skip this, but we should focus on a bit less hopeless of the cases. There is probably low chance to investigate this case with this police station. But they're working on the investigation. Chance to solve isn't very high. But the productivity is pretty rubbish as usual. Most of them are. We could still fit more people in here in case we think it's needed. They're so grumpy. If you could just, well, the steel will take its little time to get down there, I'm afraid. In the meantime, what would be really fantastic, we don't need that anymore. We did it this way instead. You know, I'm planned in a bus stop here. Yes, about that. There's only 7 work days remaining to have it fixed. Are you joking? That should mean we should be able to take this and finish it. They managed to get quite far on it, I have to say. I'm impressed by the, of course, they are the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture workers, you think? But still, it's pretty good. Didn't I do a gravel road here? But maybe the game crashed or something. Very good. 1 worker on the construction site. It'll take you a week or so. Yes, it will take you a week. But now 4 people. Now you'll be done. Yes, then the idea was to fly people in, but you don't need to do that anymore, so that's pointless. It is wonder. Though, now where did it, here it went? No, this is the other building, not. Yes. No, with the bus stop, when it is finished, it is no longer assigned as a building, right, where they walk. It doesn't seem so. No, this is fine. But we have passengers waiting. No one is allowed to wait here. Thank you very much. You're just wasting your time. Utopia People's Palace Flats number 7. Yeah, we're not expecting a whole lot of people here, but 7 have left of those who came. 63% happiness though for those who remain, which is not bad. Oh, this is great. You could probably do something else than only the water well. Just in case. Maybe we don't need to worry about it. It might just be that this is maybe sustainable for a while. Here, let's see if we can get another of the Svennemannen radio station. Yes, you're still waiting on the steel there, but it should be on its way. It is not on its way. What? Svennemannen Hughes Construction Office. No. I did set it, but I think, but the boat needs to travel too. Tegelsten, yes indeed, and this one too. Yes, that is correct. It's just you that we're waiting for. You're sailing at no knots. This is not the one we're waiting for. What's this? It's something completely different. Yes, it was one of those project something boats. Did I close that down maybe? Svennemannen radio station. Is that into the water tower we have here? The source is not sending resource. That must mean that there are no people at there are people here. Yes, but okay. Well, one of them is full. Okay, interesting. how that works. Oh, I might not have connected this in, with the most clever fashion. No, I should have flipped one of the pipes from this one into that one and the other way around. Obviously, I hope everyone has water then. Otherwise, the technical services might actually be able to take care of them. These people here, these vehicles here, rather, they don't seem to have anything to do. And all these trains are driving about, yes, with the fuel. I did mention that I imported fuel, right? That we're actually buying petroleum products back. However, also that being said, that we have electricity on means that we are actually selling oil again. So we're still not, I don't think that we're by any means going back this year or last year perhaps it was that we had to buy a bit. Oh, fuel. One train of fuel, 200 million. Yes, and in the meantime, we have exported oil for 1.3 billion, so we're still doing pretty good. It didn't even stop when the power went out. Must have. A lot of the oil was on offline. Never mind. The ship is here actually, and even though the ship is here, what the hell are you doing? What in the serious? You're supposed to be selling raw petroleum. What is this? Stop, wait. What do you think you're doing? It loaded fuel. Wait, don't send this to the foreigners then. Send it somewhere where it's needed internally. I will. Yes, I will. Where is it? Here, for example, Järn. I think even if their ship is in for the moment, they might need a top off. How do you do this? Yeah, you go there and you unload. If you might wait if you like. Yes, and there is the current fuel ship. It will get filled by this. So the bitumen ship we send into the dock over time. We should have bitumen for. How does this work? Yeah, we have bitumen tank for asphalt plant that ought to last for any sort of paving, and we have 1,200 tons to burn. And it's March, so I think it's fine. Just need to remember that the maneuver here is pretty involved, because when this is done, you need to do other stuff with it. Yes, when this is done, you want it to just do what it did previously, except don't do this. Right. And you're on your way here now, right? No, you're on your way to the one little detail. Very important. Actually come here. Okay. Open storage in Tegelsten does still not have any steel. Where is the boat? We're going to get the radio station, and I think a radio station is going to help us immensely. In fact, at the time being, for now, yeah, well, whatever you say, 4 knots. You're arriving just now. Wonderful. Look at this. What timing? It looks a bit North Korean, this. If you come to look at it. And it's not available in different paint schemes. But that should mean when you have fueled up, you should not. Yeah, you're unloading steel. Excellent. Now the radio station will have Rasebes radio. This is the old radio station. A thousand people are still listening to it for some reason. You still don't have any other vehicles than buses associated with you for some reason. Here, one Scania, another Scania. Great. probably even more coming. How many? You did need 88 tons in total for this phase, and 200 tons more, you say? I mean, it's no problem. We have almost 1,000 tons on this here boat. This helicopter that is doing this, I don't think there is anyone on board. No, there never is. I should turn it off. It uses a lot of fuel. Fortunately, this also means that these planes are grounded. And we're still taking tourists in on this little line, I'd imagine. Yes, we are, and they're not getting anywhere, and they might. I don't know if. This ought to be like decreased because we don't take good care of them, but we take so good care of other Soviet tourists. Maybe I should turn that train off. But there is only one train depot, and it's very far away. Oh, you go on a little tour here. Yeah, now one of the trucks is heading for you. Here it is. I'm going to hang a right here after the level crossing. Oops, something burnt down. Yeah, this might become a problem. Small distribution office. Oh. Yes, this might well become a problem. Yes, it's not good. This. Sort of needs a man a fire station too. Up there. Wait for the first truck of steel to arrive if this is indeed the first one. Might be. Yes, the crane just started moving. Now the radio station will be finished here pretty soon, and we want to see how that goes. Yes, but in the meantime, the Utopia police station. Yeah, you're catching up. Fantastic. That's very good of you. Probably means that we're sending a few people to prison. But what can you do? Decrease the number of workers a little bit. I think we ought to be able to do now, since we have like very few cases. Utopia Airport Terminal. People seem to be waiting around here. Tourists too. Tourists might actually still work. Yes. No, we don't have any air controllers. It wouldn't be too difficult to get air controllers. Maybe. Wait, it might just be too difficult because this will most likely be just out of reach. Yes, so where are you coming from then? If you're waiting at... Are you living in Utopia People's Palace Flats number 7? This one? Ah, it's the water people. Yes, it is. They also are flight controllers. There are no connections. It's too distant, but yet it was possible to set. Okay. I suppose we'll see if anyone shows up. Quite a lot of stuff. You should have done it via the bus stop. If you would have done it via the bus stop, they would have been picked up by a bus. Not good. Correct, but you could have done it via the bus stop for the students. Students are waiting here. I'm afraid you're not going to get an education. You see. No. Then this is not sustainable, by the way, because we need education in long term to keep these kinds of people in here. Yes, but for the moment, this is doing great. Quite a lot of power it's providing too. 25 megawatts. Yes, and how's the fuel situation? It's eating through it. It's not like a cornucopia, and that does not end ever. No. It's pretty energy dense stuff the way we use it, but it's not limitless. It's quite a ways until we'll be forced to import, though. Yes, but what is the long-term plan? This is now you'll solve like the most pressing needs, if you even cared about it being working. Yeah, we needed to care about it, otherwise food logistics would be broken. Now food logistics should not be broken. No one will get meat, but that food logistics should not be broken. We could buy meat for them, really. At least if they have a dedicated meat boat, like you have a dedicated meat boat. So you go, after this you go to the Soviet border, say, and unload Soviet meat. But they still have quite a bit of meat at the harbor. Good for them. Won't last them very long, I don't think. What is all this stuff now? It's way too much things on the place. The Baltic tanker, how are you doing? Are you on your way? You have actually made it? You just made it? Or what? Or have you unload 100% of anything? I would suspect, of course you're set to unload too, load. And come back here, please. You didn't go. Okay, very good. But then we also want you to unload. When you finish this, you don't go away. Yes. I say it's only 2,000 tons remaining. We don't have enough to turn out. And it won't go anywhere. Very good. Then you'll go beyond the western borders and unload nothing, and then you go there and we need to take this out of its schedule too. That's correct. Right. I mean, go till I drop, or what did I say? I think something like that. We're not quite there yet. But since it's way beyond the viewing time of any video that any sane person will click, what does it matter? But if you're here, very much welcome to the people's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture properly. Yes, we're waiting for the Baltic tanker to unload its load of fuel onto this very, you can be very logistics focused in this game if you want to. Yes, this is a great core feature of this game. The resource management. This is what it does best. A whole lot better than a goddamn crime joke. Maybe a bit harsh. No, I don't know. Yeah, no, when it gets out of control, that's a bit ridiculous, and it's impossible to get out of, except letting all the people die and start over, or escape, or whatever they did finally. They don't even know. No, I don't even know. Did it happen like this year, or yeah, no, it happened at the end of last year. Escapes, most of them actually escaped even on easy. Yes. A few died, but you know, you have to also take into account the regular population that dies. Although 3,500 died, but 17,500 escaped during the whole time. Here. Okay, now wait, now here, you're not leaving. You're going to unload. And wait, and it's this one, Piedansk. You're still going to do that. I don't know if I want you to be waiting over there, by the way. But you go here now. Thank you. Come back. And you remove this stop. Close. Done. Save. Okay. Yes, fuel is now secured for Järn for quite a while to come. And also should remember to put the bitumen boat back. Should have done that before I saved, but this is good enough. Yes. Yes, and how are you people doing? You're 77% happy. Here. Very good. And the PPP bus stop, I can't open it from here. Did I there then tell them to only work at the hospital, or what happened? What's that? I don't know. Bus stop 3. No, bus stop 3 is out here by the thing, by the heating plant. So this is where the heating people live. It's this one. The bitumen heating plant. Maybe you should also be police officers, just in case. They don't have any crimes to patrol though, but they have a little bit, just in case we can take a few. So we don't get any sort of out of control craziness happening. And then that ought to take care of like most of it. Yes, it does. But it's one patrol car. And the thing is though, because since this has a car, it will bring in cases. And we can't do anything about those. Oh, something else burnt down. Open storage. Oh, we might lose stuff. What was this? Ugh. That was a lot of steel and things on that one. Well, you helicopters, you should be like engaged in this stuff. You're not, because it has a road connection maybe, and then you don't go. What you have to do then? Yes, it's very, very convenient here. You say if you go in here and the overlay and the buildings and the fire stations. Fire station, yes. And then you have to go and sell each and every fire engine that you have. And if you do that, it might just be the case that no other vehicle is available to take care of the fire, and then maybe, hopefully, it sends a helicopter instead. Yes, but you need to get all of them. I'm feeling there are a few more. There are over in Utopia. One fire station. Okay. This already doesn't have any fire engines. Okay. Neither does this. This has helicopters. Okay. Hope that that was the last of them, and that they will be safe. Or no, this one. No, I've fixed. Okay. Might have been all of them then. Lots of vehicles going around. You could almost think that someone is living here, but no. They drive themselves somehow. Oh, and we have 2 trucks taking care of moving the boat fuel into the internal storage, and they have actually caught up with everything. Fantastic. Could have gotten rid of one of them. Yes, they ought to be around. This is the one they go to. That's a train. Here they are. This one. Thank you for your service. Oops. Thank you for your service. Just in the nick of time before you loaded another load. 2. Yes, but going to start, I'm getting quite hungry, you know. I'll have to take care of that. I'm going to have to cook. Here, now, pretty soon. best I won't starve. I don't need nutrition for the moment. I could go on with. What are you doing here? You're waiting to get into. You seem to have issues with this. There are plenty of spaces available. Oh, you know what? You can try here instead. Don't end up on land. No. Yeah, the heating plant is running fantastically. It is working, but it's May. But still, that system is. We might be surviving this. And then the radio station. Are you done? Yeah, you're done. Yes, they don't have any sewage, it turns out. Although, is it any good? It is actually pretty good. The radio. And we don't have a secret police here in Svennemannen, do we? So we can't get the best, most optimum actors, moderators for it. Overlay citizens' living preferences and the government loyalty. No, it's a question. It's an enigma. And do I want to invade people's privacy? Not really. But you could mix in a little bit of the government loyalty, maybe, without ruining the experience too badly. I still have 4% here. Okay. Say a given person in Järn then who does not own a television set rather. They don't need to own the entire television station. Okay. 32 people were unable to enjoy culture. But those are the ones that do not have a radio then. Yes. Most of them do have radios. Why wouldn't you have one? You're young, maybe, something. You, for example, you're very young and you only have 0.8. 3 tons of electronics. You had 0.84, but it even though you don't have a complete radio set yet, it degraded for you. But yeah, there's a small theater here. Maybe okay, it could be like a pretty long queue outside this, maybe. Yes. And we have the maximum amount of staffing we can have. So you'll have to suffice. But anyone that is actually listening to the radio, and if you'd only have a radio, somewhere you are. An example, here's one. You only have a radio, but you're very close to getting a television. Not interested though. You could have gotten yourself a television. What are you doing? You're spending time at the pub. I see. 88% drunk. But your culture is 96%, so I suppose you're listening to the radio station. Yes, you are. And your culture went down. A little bit. Okay. It's not that great then. It's supposed to be 4% plus in that thing. And a tiny amount of government loyalty increase. Now that we are surviving, maybe, at least a little bit longer. 41,000 has the population actually started growing again. That's a very good indication of if we have bottomed out or not quite yet. Take this back a while and we'll see. Yes, it's bottomed out. We're increasing. Yes, so now we just need a critical mass of people then to move in here. Not here, but in the capital and Utopia. We should all be good again with everything. Right, there's only a few things with regarding the logistics that may have been changed around throughout this. But you know, such are the times. They are special times and therefore call for special measures. We're not building that Eiffel Tower anytime soon. I can tell you that much. See, here's another 500,000 tons of meat. Good thing that it's a refrigeration boat, so it's not going bad. That meat. On its travels. Yes, maybe we don't need all this now. And we have that radio station. And how's the television station doing? Oh, it's doing very well. 98% rating. Maybe a bit much of the government propaganda in the mix. But we really want the most out of it. So if we would have even more loyal people actually working here somehow. Yeah, I was going to turn on the debugging function and see how they're doing. About 50%, a bit over 50% actually. What is the unemployment like? 145 workers without job. Okay, the unemployment is rather high. Oh, and this thing I haven't started using quite yet. You know, but it works automatically, apparently. When it unloads to the shop, it must unload to here as well. But yeah, these are the things that we want in it. Now we just need to ask this distribution office to send it. This I should have done a long time ago. You're not going to the shopping center anymore, but you're going to the adjacent storage facility. There, and there you unload clothing, food and electronics. You wouldn't mind? Look at something that we actually can see and therefore have a little bit of use of. We can look at the happiness. It's pretty damn good, 100%. And the productivity is pretty good too. Nice. A secret police here, since we have so much unemployment and pretty high average government loyalty. I'd reckon that we could get that we probably have a few outliers that have like high government loyalty for some reason. Know where exactly you'd want you could build it though, because it is on a bit of a slope. Whole place. Yes, but we built things on this slope before. That's just as you're going to need to excavate a bit. Now you don't have so much of a slope as a bit of a drop there, but it's okay. Oh, and there's, I think there's a pipe or something here. Then that's the level we're putting it at. Yes, there's a sewage pipe. Yes, but if you're putting it at this level, you know, you also need to have a road connection for it to actually work. This secret police thing. Yes, but we could have a footpath in one direction maybe and a road connection in the other. This is a even taller pipe here. There's something that is obstructing. Yes, but this, it's a bit uneven. Still. Are you happy? I think that this will work, yes. So I suppose I'm happy then. Yes, secret police. See if we can't cram a bit more out of secret police. This will probably come out looking a whole lot better than it deserves to. If we could use the building to dig ourselves even further into the mountain. But if we can't, that's fine too, as long as we have place for the street connection, and we do sort of have place for the road connection. Right. Yes, the diggers will help. Then you get the goddamn dirt road. Know that. Bastard secret police. There. And footpath to... Here you'd want like this going through these buildings, but that's not going to happen. No, this is a bit tightly packed. Okay, we'll have to do it another way. From down here, for example. It's a bit too steep, you say? No, it isn't. And if you could do that, but not ridiculously. Ah, no! Fine, it's better this way anyway. Except that it doesn't work. There, it worked. Maybe I should close a few of these down now. They might actually be working. That's the source where we took the people from. Here's, for example, where some people are living. Yeah, you see 85% happiness. 15 reported crimes that were not reported. Patrolled. That might have been last year, I would hope. Now, you know what? You need to go around all the police stations too and send all the cars, sell all the cars that are not being used, I would think. Indoor pool. You can try what you might, try as you might. Oh, and the school, we should... Yes, we really should open the school for the children. But this is getting a bit much now, isn't it? How many people do we have at the power plants? Can we spare? Yeah, we can spare more workers. Are they happy now? Reasonably. This is because we're running on easy. That they're managing. This bus line that goes here, do you pick up? You pick up everything. Okay. I'm thinking if we were to allow... we still can't get any workers into the pub. Ah, never mind. You can be without. You have the radio to listen to. Most of you. 2 citizens were unable to enjoy culture. Not too bad. This, it doesn't seem to be getting any workers, even though it managed to set it as a place of work. But then no one... Is it within walking range or not? It is not. Yet people have managed to show up somehow. Don't know. These tourists will get a little bit sad by having this happening to them all over. But what can you do? Yes, we've had a little bit of a crime spiral, you see. This one has a car, but it just does not have any cases. Okay. This should be able to patrol most things, but it might take a year or two for that to clear maybe that message. 2 reported crimes that were not patrolled, 4% criminality in the building. And a total prison population of 1,011. Not much, not very much. No. I think that this might actually be sort of workable on in the short term at least. Eventually we'll run out of educated people and so on, and then we'll have to do something about that, and so on and further on in that fashion, away that it goes. And eventually we will have adults living with their parents. And at that point, maybe we should just open up the place for immigration freely, all from all over the land, and see if they figure it out. All of the old stuff that has been slightly interfered with. We have a lot of people without job here. 300 workers without job. This town is growing. The kindergartens are full now. You need to reopen kindergartens. Not that the workforce is needed, but we can't have people bringing up their own children here. 400 workers without a job. What did I do anything with all these buses or something? Or is not this place not reopened? You can't store or export chemicals. Some place isn't reopened. Can't store or export plastics. No. Right, indeed. They don't have any mechanical components. That's very true. Really, then we could take this entire town. We should have it the other way around. The people living here should live up in Utopia and Iron. And here we should have a little core thing surviving and keeping the nuclear power plant going and stuff. Yes, then we'd have our own steel in abundance, making it. Yes, and we'll be able to build this Gatan railroad that's preventing me from taking the train with the beer to a harbor. Unload food. There, unload food. Things are running, but it is no smoke is coming out of the chimneys. No workers are around. It is deserted. That's for these tourists that we keep driving in. Okay then, what else? What else? The else is, we just need to wait for the population actually to become a bit more. Take this back a proper amount of time and see how do you need? Why do you need a proper amount of time? See, stop. There is good. Okay, go away. There was the bottom at 35,000, and since then we are rising. 42, 43. I wonder when the allowable, where people are allowed to move in, when that is satiated and that we get adults living with their parents at such time. I mean, the simplest way to get these places functioning again ought to be to simply allow people to move in. Or it's going to work then. It might not. If that when that happens, we need to remember to restock the police stations with vehicles. We don't get a runaway crime situation on our hands again. We definitely don't want that. Not fun. You're without drinking water, you say? You shouldn't be. Why isn't there water coming in from? I dug a pipe. Yes, I dug a pipe from Utopia. It was of course from the other water tower. Yes. Of course it was. You need to man both of these. Control tower is on there, but they can't reach it. Right then. I was a bit sorry for them that they can't do anything fun. Can't get meat, can't go to a pub or tavern, can't do sports. Most of them get a bit of culture through the radio and or television. Via the ether. What have you been doing? Selling oil. Very good. Yeah, I suppose what you do then is you wait until such time that you're getting adult children or people living with the parents. And when you have that, it is time to open the gates up upon Utopia and the capital. It is still the capital, even though no one lives there. Yes, but there are still a few flats every here and there. Free. And up here, nothing. For some reason. People even are allowed to move in. Yes, they're allowed to move in. Doing good. I all have like reasonable sentences within the ranges that we set. That means that you probably weren't like enormously criminal when you got in here. Like, yeah, this is a high one. 10% you have. Ooh. Yes. So most of the criminality died or left together with the people, the old inhabitants of Utopia. How's this going? This seems to be doing good. What about this is finished, you see. And they have like a lot of, but they don't have any drinking water. I'm a bit sorry about that, but you're secret police, I think you can manage to bring a water bottle from home by a vehicle or mechanism. Mercedes-Benz W140 maybe. See that, or what else do we have? A Saab 900 GLE. Oof. My first car, sort of. It wasn't mine, it was my father's, but still the first car I actually drove after getting my license. One of these, though the model year was like 87, but it was a 900 GLE. Anyway, could you have? Yeah, it was that brown color too. That's what you'll have. Could almost not tell the paint away from the rust. Okay, and now it should be revealed here over a slight time what the government loyalty of these people actually is. But this, we don't need these buildings. Oh, 2 more little Plattenbaus was enough. Now we have much more workforce than we actually need. Oh, and look, no! Oh no, don't tell me that we have one of these things on our hands here. A runaway crime situation. Are you kidding me? 7% crime. Not that much, seems to me, but apparently plenty enough to not be enough for a small police station to handle. Oh, how fun. But you don't have like no productivity. No, you have actually excellent productivity. So you will actually go through these cases. But in either case, what is the case with these cases? One of these is not enough. Here, one of these small ones, a big one, a large, regular one, though, ought to be plenty. And do you have like water and sewage and things? Yes, you do. Not only heating and power that we need to worry about nowadays. And level terrain. There you go. Could use it, do simply like this. Yes. Don't want one like here too. People might use it. Does it have to be this barren? By the way, we could plant a few trees or something. Yes, but we're technically above the tree line, I think. But up in tourist place, which is on a greater elevation, we have trees. And we actually have trees naturally occurring here too, or they might have been planted. They probably were planted. You're walking up on the roof. That's how you get to work. Okay. Well, as long as you keep this up, it's completely fine. And the government loyalty is starting to be revealed to us now then. If we turn this up to something immense, what happens? Do we have any that actually have this high? Yeah, we have a few. There is so much stuff to a building nowadays. Voltage, wattage, temperature, hot water tank temperature, water gauges, input bar pressure, 7 bar you have. That's some pressure, 99% quality of the water, very good. And sewage is being poured out straight into the river. But since the pollution system doesn't quite make sense, it's alright. Current audience, 2,800 people are watching. 60% have a television. And to those people we get quite a decent amount of both joy, culture and government loyalty. Fantastic. Now as we turn this up, it has actually gone through now. So now all working here have above 70% government loyalty. Wonderful. This ought to increase this number even further, which indeed in turn ought to increase the government loyalty of the people, both here and in other places even further. And so on and so forth in that fashion. It should spread if everything goes well. Yes, and down there we don't have. I don't want to be. No, this is enough. The radio station will have to be without the knowledge of the government loyalty. We should be pretty possible to tell from what they're broadcasting, maybe, but okay. 3.5% plus both the culture and the government. This is great. Is it even noticeable on like this year? It is actually noticeable on a grand scale. All across the nation, government loyalty is rising, average productivity is rising. We should maybe turn it to hard citizen reaction pretty soon. I think because everything is really, it should be pretty decent. It's the people living here in Utopia that are hunkering down and so on and keeping the lights on and keeping everything working. Not only the lights but everything else running. Because a few of the things are quite necessary and needed. To do this, for example, export petroleum products. And extract petroleum products. We are the People's Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture. For the moment, we need to import our fuel. But, you see, we have plenty of petroleum. And we sell plenty of it, as usual. I wonder if we're even managing to keep up with selling it. in the long run here we may not. And diesel we have quite a bit too. There, 4,600 tons. But that's not ours really, but we have exported raw petroleum and bought back refined products. There are oil nations that do that too. To a degree or the extent, different varying degrees and extents. You know what you really want is this overlay happiness. It's not too bad. But this, if we were to turn it to great citizen reaction, they would get grumpy as hell by this, all these problems that they have. Yeah, they would not have any 70% happiness or like whatever, yeah, around. Okay, it's very, very, very varying their productivity, but most of them are like 80s, 90s, 100s, and there are a few low ones, but many of them are pretty up there. Okay, so the reason for yeah, but if you turned it too hard now, this will make them sad and might even make them sad enough to leave eventually. It will take a little while, but they would get very grumpy and then get terrible productivity, and then we'll be back in where we were with no power on. The fuel situation is still okay, but we will need to import fuel. That's what we'll need to do. And what is a little bit, I mean, we have this ship that we've sent many times with nuclear fuel. The thing is, if I were to send this and load, I can set it to load nuclear fuel. I can set it to load vehicles. Not what I want really. How do you suppose this is done? Importing nuclear fuel. Must be possible to import nuclear fuel. I've never done this before. Is it available for sale? It would appear not. It's the only way to auto-import it then. It might actually be. I suppose what you have to do is to set up a little thing here that auto-imports. You'd still have to drive it in. Otherwise it's not okay. But I'd have to auto-purchase that auto-importing thing. How do you auto-import? You can't auto-import nuclear fuel. Unless you are the power plant. Then I suppose you could. Otherwise you cannot. This would be a little bit of a problem. Could we get workers into the nuclear fuel fabrication, and for how long would they have? Would they have like what they need? I suppose the chemicals and maybe some steel or something. Mechanical components. Well, they only need chemicals and UF6. Question is how much we'd get until we run out of chemicals in UF6. Probably quite a bit. Yeah, a lot of chemicals here, yes, but getting workers to this place. Are you kidding me? I'd have to take a bus and do things. Yes, you'd have to take a bus, but what's good about it? Maybe Utopia bus platform, for example. What's good about it is that we have lots of other buses going here. Not at the student bus stop. At the student bus stop there is only one bus line. That's for students. And the student bus line only gets in students. So if we also accept workers here. Now let's keep the tongue straight in the mouth whilst doing this so that we don't mess up. And buses we have plenty of. Would prefer a small one, but we only have large ones standing around. This one. You don't do any of that. Whatever that was. You instead go from the student bus stop, that one. Do not take any students. And you go directly to the nuclear fuel fabrication factory, which is around here somewhere. There it is. I may as well. And we're going to need to tell a few people to walk here to this place too. Lots of 5, 8, 10, 11 workers waiting. 14. Yeah, we should do this as a proper line. We get a good frequency in use out of the workers. Yeah. The thing is, when they have been to the bus platform, if no bus has picked them up, they will choose their own workplace for the day, and that might be in all sorts of random places. It might even be counterproductive to work in certain places. Say, for example, you were to work at an orphanage. You wanted to work at an orphanage for a while. That would be good. If you did that for a day, then that would maybe orphans would show up. You still have quite a few of these, even though the polluted capital is uninhabited. But we do not need all of these open. But I don't go around doing that stuff, no. Would be good here. Resulted upbringing, could we get like some government loyalty out of them? Yes, when and if we have enough loyalty from the people up here, do we have a secret police here? I think we actually do. Come to think of it, yes we do. They have like very high government loyalty here, extremely high government loyalty on average. Then the resultant upbringing ought to take care of itself, but it doesn't. You see, they have negative. Turn it up to 75. 75. They ought to get. But if you shift changes too for this to take place. And now you're at naught. Now you're at minus again. Their productivity is 140%. Yeah, this is what happens when you run on easy. Yes, but as soon as when this number has started ticking up, that's when we put it to hard and invite people to move to the capital, and then see if things actually take care of themselves or not. Capital and and Utopia at the same time. That's the plan. Yes. There you see the bus got a few workers on board. Now to make nuclear fuel for a while. All 16 of them. But that's what you needed to get going. At least do something. Yes, but we should. I think we should make this as a proper line. This is pretty important. And without this, the lights will go off and they will not come on again. So yeah, we had a new stop. The end station. Where is this? Now we throw a few more buses on it. 4, 3, 4. Oh, we don't really need that many people. We take all the people that stand around at the bus stop. This way. I usually add in these first. I don't think that matters that much. Except for the first run. The first time here is going to matter, then next time is not going to matter. I'd imagine. We actually went to the end station. They might have some special notion for what the end station is. Okay, the line detail. Average lap time 255 seconds. Okay. And staffing here now. Nuclear fuel fabrication. No workers. Only engineers. Good. Well done. With the staffing, from the staffing department. I couldn't figure that out. But now you have one worker. If you could get a few more in relation to the number of engineers, I think that you'd accomplish a bit more here. Yes, I think it's time to get off. It's 1 hour 56 minutes right about now, and yeah, that hunger I was talking about earlier, that is getting more and more noticeable. And it's actually getting a bit late, so like that has ever meant anything. Maybe not. Yes, I think that's the plan, is to wait until we have the adults living with their parents, and then when we have that, we open up those places for living, and all will be great with the world again, automatically, just like so, or not. Another thing that you could want, maybe, that wouldn't be bad to have, would be the meat industry. That would be fantastic to have. To not have any meat. We don't need that on easy neither, but it would make them happier. Especially these people. But okay, so the way to survive a complete crime spiral that is just hopeless to get out of is to let the towns die. That's I think is the only way to get out of it, if it is has gotten too bad. And when you're also in a productivity spiral, it just was not possible to get out of. Okay, I think so. We have adults living with their parents now. Where'd you know it? Already. That's a bit interesting. Do we dare? I think it would be better and safer to have this at like hundreds of people before we do it. Yes, it would. So we leave it. I'll leave it until like spring or something. Maybe. I will see if everything springs back into life again. Just like so. Thing is, if you have one of those secret police, you can really get a lot more out of your cultural establishments, cultural broadcasting establishments. What was the problem here again? Yes, no mechanical components. Right, so we don't do anything else with these people. You couldn't drive them Yes, you could. You know where you could drive these people? You could drive them to the coal industry. Rather easily. That's an interesting thought. Why haven't you done that before? Because it was not necessary. And I haven't thought about it until now. That we could actually do a list of line from... this is like Svenekol. That's what it is. No, if this bus stop or this bus stop doesn't really matter. They're both completely filled. I go to... we don't have a bus stop here really. No, but maybe you could go here and not actually go and get on a plane. I think that might work. And apply this to a few buses then. No, one more thing. You go via the thing, of course, via this thing. I don't have any buses. Okay, can buy a few. Coal industry, you say? Yeah, we take a lot of workers over there, so we get something happening out of it. This means we could also build, yes, this is great. We could also build the little bit of railroad that is missing to get the alcohol into the warehouse via train. Yes. A bus of total capacity, and go with these. 4, 5. They have so many workers here, and nothing for them to do. So could do have them dig for coal and burn bricks for us, and also thereby also man the rail construction yard. And then I can actually assign this already. Up here. It'll be a little bit of a travel for them. There you go. No workers, but I wonder how long time will it take for the workers to get here? Should we? Apparently we're not stopping this quite yet then. They were supposed to, when you said when you had adult children that you would allow them to move in. Yes, we're waiting until spring. That because we're doing it with a little bit of getting a bit of a bang out of it, hopefully. See now, all related vehicles and Svenekol, and many of the buses here are coming. You, for example, is coming. So you are not the one that has gotten the furthest. That will be this one. This means we can get to take care of the tourists again too, which is good. And actually, wait a minute, before you say this about having people move into Utopia and such, I don't think that all of these places that are supposed to have people in them, like Luhansk, is not allowed to be moved into, and Bergsfolk is not being allowed to be moved into neither. Dalgången, but they are allowed to be moved into. Okay, Prison Mountain, yes, it's allowed. Brederöv has always been allowed, I think. Järn is not allowed. We should allow that too. And Svennemannen is allowed. Okay. Yes, there we go. We have quite something happening now, all of a sudden. So if we should even turn, we should even turn these processors on. Now we actually have a quite productive, proper people. What is this citizens' happiness? It's too low in Svennemannen. What? 34%? Well, something terrible must be happening. What? No. I mean, there are plenty of problems, but nothing really serious. Why can't you go to a pub or tavern? And what is isn't your happiness like very good here? Yes, it is in fact extremely high, except for this one. What is the difference? Something serious must be happening. Oh, it's without drinking water. Oh. Why? I know why. I can tell you why. It's because we haven't done the new water system yet, and the old water system does not handle the town when it is full of people. Apparently, completely, anyway. No, but I think that this is doing what it can. No workers. How is this hooked up? That goes over to this water tower, and that neither has any. Okay, well, get workers in here, and I think we might be able to produce and get just a tiny bit more water up to the water towers. Maybe even enough to over time have them fill up. Yes, but you're supposed to be hooking it up to the new thing instead. All of this stuff, you know, all the great stuff. Yes, but I don't, I feel like we're in a different sort of theme this time. Yes, but if they are without drinking water, you know, it's not something that you can just shrug off and say, I don't feel like dealing with this now. This one is good. This one is being filled. Although this one is not quite there. No, and the flasks in the building is not filling up. 400 and something citizens are without drinking water. And here too, I'd imagine. Yes. But these actually had connections to two of these here substations. Are they connected to the same system, same thing upstream? Yes, they are. They're connected directly from the water tower. Okay. I think if you take one of these, don't do this too quickly though, but do it you know, in a thoughtful fashion. Water switch from here are the water towers. You want one here on the way down, and one around here somewhere. There, and then we can remove some water piping from. Yeah, these have two connections. Very good. We don't need any of this. Take a big pipe there to there, and from there to there, and from, say, this one to there. Okay. Some of this you could get to, but not all. Yes, there's that too. Bit of this stuff to do. That's pointing the wrong way. This was apparently water-built because it did not have a connection to anything. Change footpath, screw you, and instead get an instant footpath. There we go. And now we take construction offices. There you go. Come on. And whilst we're here, we also start accepting workers. This one. Oh, there you go. And also send it chemicals too. Important. There apparently we're doing an eastern truck for this. This one. Original choice there. How long are we supposed to be going on for? I don't know, but I'm really getting hungry now. Yes, but it's too much stuff to do here. Let's load chemicals, sure, and at this place. Unload and you wait. Do we actually get like concrete coming, you think? We should be. Yes, we do have concrete coming. Fantastic. No gravel though. On its way. Is that a problem or something? I have not set all of the correct construction offices, maybe. Yes, to everything except that particular thing. There we have gravel. Workers are already around. Good. here. I mean, how what happened to coal mining town here? I think something it sort of burst into life. But you're missing coal ore in this one. How's that possible? We're processing all the coal they make. That's the main thing. We could even be making a bit more bricks, maybe. Yeah, we do have 20 workers in here. We could even have... that's enough. 20 is enough. Tourists, did you come? Yes. A whole bunch of them. Nuclear fuel fabrication. Good that you're around. I mean, it's running. I have no idea if this is enough. Or for how long this is enough. Or for how long the chemicals is going to last. But the chemicals, I think that are being taken care of by a distribution office. That has burnt down. I see. That also needs to be fixed then. And we take like one of the... We can take off one of the trucks that was employed at that distribution office because that burnt down. But somewhere around here, close to the meat industry, there ought to be a road vehicles. Here is a road vehicles depot. And a box truck. 2. Very good. There you're doing like things related to... You were doing things related to meat, livestock moving around business, and now you're not doing that. Now you're going to go to the UF6 plant. You're not going. You're going to this warehouse. I think the helicopters are doing the work now when we don't have any fire engines, and we might survive without too many things burning down. Yes, go to the warehouse. And how much UF6 do we have in stock? I mean, a bit. Not an endless amount, but a bit. When that runs out, I don't know what we'll do. It uses 0.4 tons of this per day, and we have 52 tons in stock. That will last many days. However, have we gotten anything out to the power plant? I can't say from this. I think not. Yet, well, yeah, whatever. Okay, should you leave this now then? Yes, we were digging new water pipes down here to not have people be too sad and upset and start leaving. They are still very sad and upset. And there are plenty of people here without drinking water too, and yeah, they're alright. Most of the time probably. Workers can't work because there isn't a kindergarten or spaces available. Yes, you can. There's not much done left on this. It's just 53 work days, and they have a crane, and now they have workers, and now this is going to be done in no time at all. There you have it. Is this now? This is not now finished. This is now not finished. Pipe, yes it is. But nothing is coming here. That's because this isn't finished. It's always something. Always something. You're missing concrete. Okay. Yes, but concrete is coming on its way from the PPP with the heroes of the concrete that are doing the business of providing the stuff. And it's actually here even. How many workdays were remaining on this? Once you... Not many. 7. Let's just see what happens here when we hook this up, and if this will be something that will help them. I really sincerely hope so and think so. There you go, it's finished. Source is not sending resource. This is not done yet. Oh, and here we have not engaged. There's always something. You haven't engaged the correct construction offices to actually get concrete here. And neither have they gotten steel in. So, quite why they waited with the steel, I don't know. Okay, so they're not getting water yet. No, and by the way, they have water switches, but a water merger would also be a great thing to have. And really, wouldn't it? Do you have like internal valves and things in these? You probably do. But if they are open, I mean, it's not like a one-way valve, is it? I mean, if pressure circumstances were such that it would allow it to flow in a different direction, making an input to an output, and that you could merge 2 sources of water into the same outgoing pipe, that must be possible, right? Or would that blow something up? Unless your pressures were regulated, maybe. Who knows about these things? It's whatever. It is on its way, but it will still take a little while to get here. It still hasn't loaded up on the concrete, you know. Yes, then. But we died. We started with the winter actually in November. We started in November. Nice. It takes like 2 hours and a bit on fast speed, mostly on fast speed, to do here. Now it's November again, and we are much better off than what we were last November. No adults living with their parents. You see, we weren't totally filled up with people. Yes, there you go. I think that they will survive yet another winter up in Utopia, even with the limited manpower they have. And but after this, next year, we might get problems unless we take care of it by moving more people in. Thank you so very much for watching. 2 hours, 18 minutes. God damn it, that was a long one. Yes, good night.